Hey everyone, Scottish Sim Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. So here I am on Ladyhill again. I have done another farm build on Ladyhill. So I'm just going to take you down to where I have built it. So I've built it on field 13. So that's me just came out the road down from the shop. And we'll head down here, and it's just down here on the right hand side. You'll see it there that I built it in there. So kind of never built kind of down on this area of the map before down here. Just seen this and kind of thought of a few ideas of places where to do it where I haven't built on this map already, so I decided to build in here and kind of split the field and that up a little bit. So made the entrance in, didn't want to just be coming straight into the farm, wanted to have a little track down and into the farm, so kind of started off, put the track down and in, and then kind of built off from there. Again, a lot of time went into this, kind of placing sheds, taking sheds away, trying to figure out the best place to actually put everything. So I was probably maybe nearly 40 hours in this build, not as much as what some of them have been, but still a decent amount. So this is kind of the farm here. So a decent sized farm, running kind of old, a little bit of older kit. Um, I did obviously done a farm build on Ladyhill not that long ago, and the plan was to do a little series on it. Ended up with the file getting corrupted and not being able to really do anything on it, so just decided to patch that. So I'm going to just jump out here and just give you a little walk round about and show you the detail being put in and what I've done, and just try to get things. So thankfully there's a little decorations pack came out that's all these kind of weeds and stuff like that, which has been quite good. Especially if I put down in like areas going along the sides of fences and that there, it just kind of, rather than being um, like that shrub there, which was about all we had. There's kind of little decoration packs come out, so kind of place stuff down there. Kind of does make a bit of a difference. Um, Nothing's just not all grass, so and it's not a hedge, so it kind of does help break it up a little bit. Lots of decorations lying about and things, just to make it obviously more like a farm. So we've got in here we have our combine and our chopper and an old case. So we're running two old cases, 7240s. So that's what we're running. And we've got an old case on the feeding wagon as well. So kind of UK style silage clamp in there, with the beams and concrete panels. Want to try and keep it nice and tight round about here, so not much distance between this shed and the grain shed there that's storing everything. So yeah, just try to get a nice flowing layout. So this is a kind of bale shed in here. We're running an old John Deere telehandler, and this is our old 1455 XL on the feeding wagon, but that'll do some slurry duties and things like that. We'll see how we get on with it. Now, at the point of just kind of doing this little tour just now, I've had it built for a little while. Maybe was planning on doing a little series on this. That will depend entirely on how I'm liking this new Welsh map that's came out. It dropped today, I think, Friday the 29th of August. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's by MS Modern. Is it Vernalau or something like that? It's called Vernalau Farm. So I'm going to go and jump on and have a little look at that after I've done this tour and showed you about the farm. And we'll see if we maybe do something on that, maybe even do a build. We'll see how we get on. But so yeah, I've got a slurry tower here. Obviously a new one, not that long out, a few weeks anyway, the lizard storage. Quite a good slurry tower that there. We've got a UK style cow barn here, UK calf barn. So just now we've got kind of 6-month-old cattle in here. We've got, I think, some young cattle in here, and this one. So we've kind of got them at 2 stages, and then the majority of the cattle are out in the pasture. So these are our young calves in here. We've got a sheep barn here, and we'll put in some grass bales and that, storing in there for when the sheep are into lamb. We've got slurry tanker and that round here, and our manure heap with some manure sitting. Dung spreader there, and the plough. So this end of the farm, kind of a wee bit more open than the rest of it, so it's kind of tight as you do come in. Round about here, so try to get bales unstacked and stuff like that. You kind of do have to draw down that passage down there to go down by the cow shed there and unload them from there and stack them in the shed. So I didn't want things to be too easy. I wanted it you have to, there's a bit of to and fro to get round about the farm. And then as we come down here, there was a kind of spare area. As I kind of sat the sheds down here, obviously I wanted these two to be together, and I wanted this manure heap to be here so it can collect from both sheds. And as I was like, I need a wee passage going down through here, so I stuck another grain shed down there by Lancey Boy, and it kind of created this little kind of gap round here, so I use this as an area to go and stack some silage bales, and it's kind of open right out into the field there. So yeah, just kind of place some trees in it and kind of took it away from, like, you could come right through. I mean, if you wanted to, I could have had a bit going right into that field from there, but I kind of decided against it. And then as we go down and round and in here, we've got an old hay shed here sitting with some trailers and felt and that in it. This is the other case that we're running 7240. I've done it in David Brown white and with the red trim wheels and things like that. So I've done it like an old Davy Brown, so it kind of does look smart. And then we've got another grain shed down here with kind of some of the baler and silage equipment and seeders and things like that and about it. So in there, and then we've just got kind of an old kind of warehousey shed in here. Roller, wrapper, some seed, some twine and bale wrap. We've got our kind of workshop area here for fixing anything and servicing anything. And then we have just up in here, we have our grain bins for our grain, store them in there. And that's kind of more or less it for kind of layout, what we've kind of done. But again, just laid everything down, kind of took my time and how I was wanting everything laid out. And then with that, just started putting in placeables, placing things down, a little bit of grass round about it, just to make it a bit more realistic, because you're never going to go to a farm and that is going to be clean concrete down there and nothing stacked against the side of the shed. So as you see, it does make a big difference. And I've always said it, and I say it in all my videos, just taking the time to place placeables down, decorations, getting it right. I could have just stuck this little bin here and put nothing round about it, but then you'd go to a lot of farms and they'll have little barriers round about it to stop anybody driving into it, especially if you've got it right next to a silage clamp. And then just some old drainage tiles and bag of cement and some drums and that sitting there, and then over here a pallet and a couple of pails. It makes a difference. Just putting a bit of clutter lying about. The dairy package decorations was updated, so we got a couple of slurry pipes for sucking out and that, so a couple of different ones. So that was kind of one there that sits up on the log, and then there's actually, I don't know if you noticed round here, put another one. See, there's two lying down there, different colours, so kind of put them down there, so just sitting there if we need them, and then got that one sitting there. just for decoration, just show, because not a lot of, even though you've got like a shed here, not a lot are going to be coming out over the top like that. Majority are going to be sucking out from the hole there into the tanker, so just a little bit of decoration, a wee bit of thought and time going into it kind of does make it what it is. So I'm going to jump up into construction mode, and I'll just give you a little whiz roundabout from above. So here we are off the main road. So what I decided to do was actually put a sleep trigger down on this house here. So if I wanted to use that as my house, I could. So entrance into the farm, up and round, started getting all this built first and then filled this in with trees as I started working myself along here. And the same down here. And then just kind of end up dividing that fence down there once I got all this in and made this into one field, which will get combined and then will probably get put into grass if I was to play the game. And with me knowing that was my last shed there, decided I'm not going to have the field going in there and having this sharp edge. I'll just kind of round it off there, stick some trees in, and that way it kind of gives you a little woodland there. So this is the layout of it. If you were wanting to copy this, just screenshot this, whatever you want to do. It'll give you a little idea on how to lay things out. By all means, stick a house in, because when I was first starting to build it, I thought, do I stick a house in here and you come past the house first? But I was like, well, there's houses over here. I could just use one of those houses as a farmhouse and then have the farm built on the opposite side of the road. Something a bit different. So yeah, this is it. So I will put a list in the description of all the mods that I have used to build this. Decoration mods, all the shed mods, silos, etc. will be in the description, so that link will take you straight to Mod Hub to show you what it is. And then obviously just either, if you're obviously in console, just write it down, jump onto Mod Hub and find them. And that'll be that. So basically that is this farm build on Ladyhill, guys. So I'm going to just have a wee drive about here with it now, and I'm going to then go and show you kind of what other some bits and bobs that I've done. Not that I've done a lot, just put some pastures in just to make the gameplay experience a little bit more realistic. So I've got some cows and sheep out at pasture now, so we'll just jump along the road here and we'll show you where they are. So kind of decided if I jump up onto the map actually. So here's a farm built down here on 13. I've got 15 and 16, which is corn, so they're going to get cut for maize and they'll go in a silage pit. So I've got all these grass fields here. This one is a paddock, and then I've got that field there, that field there. I've got these ones up here, so we come up that lane. I'll actually show you up here as well. And then we've got some pastures along here, and then we own some of these grass fields, and we own this kind of area here. It will take a cut of silage off of it and then plough it and make it into a crop field. But kind of majority of everything's on the right hand side of the map. So up this little lane heading for the BGA and the animal dealer, and then our first pasture's just in here on the left hand side. So that's a sheep pasture in there. Just a little pasture, just sat it inside an already existing field. And then come along down here, and we've got another couple down here. So we've got another sheep one here, so that's another sheep pasture down in there. Just done it for the whole field. So you can get about 150 sheep in that field, believe it or not. Not that I have put that many in. And then we've got some cattle there on the right hand side in that pasture. So we're running limousine beef cattle. So we've got some more in that field there on the left hand side. And as you come down past the dealer here, round this corner. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? I wasn't watching where I was going. We will head up past the entrance to the BGA, down here, and then I'll open up this gate. So we've got these fields down here as well. And then we will basically head along this track. So this is a mud track, so I've put some gravel on it just so it doesn't churn up. And then we've got another kind of pasture in there. The only thing with that pasture is when I did put it in, I realised quite quickly, and I've totally forgot that it's on the edge of the map, so I couldn't put the fenceless animal pasture out to where I wanted it to go, so it's only out as far as what you'll see the cursor there, so that's why all the kind of cattle are in this little area, but I wasn't at first, I just flung it in, that's it. And then basically kind of that is it for this area, for the animal pastures that are in, so there's plenty of animal pastures in. I have the quad bike with the herdsman stick on the front of it, which makes it a bit easier for shifting cattle and sheep backwards and forwards from the farm to fields and, excuse me, etc, etc. To and from farms, to and from fields, kind of a bit more realistic, but not. It'd be good if there was a cattle trailer that held a bit more cattle, but that's what it is. So, going to head back out. Actually, I tell you what, we'll head back. We'll go cross country, I think. We'll just cut through the hedges. I can't bother driving all the way around the road. So, got these fields here as well. So, with these, you come in through the bottom there, down there, and then you get this kind of concrete slab area up here. So this is where I kind of dump some dung here as well to spread on these fields. So I'd kind of thought about building something up here, and ideally I probably would have done a farm build up in this area, but the main reason is it's quite tight with the fences and the gates are quite small. If I could take away that hedge and the fence, or any of these fences at all, if I could take them away, I would have ideally built something up here. Because what I would have done is probably built right in front of me, taking away this fence and the gate there, and built something in there, and kind of just altered these fences and made them a bit, gates, sorry, and made them a bit bigger, because it's very tight. I mean, I played at 22 and it was very tight, trying to get the combine in there, that you end up just doing what I did there, and you just actually drove through the hedge to get in. It was really tight to try and get a combine in there, but that's the other kind of part of the wee bit of the I'd done, just kind of stuck some dung up in there to make that a little midden, so that they had dung up there to spread on those fields. But apart from that, guys, that is a little tour of the latest build on Ladyhill. I'm just currently going to edit this all together, get it out for the weekend, so I'll get it out hopefully tomorrow, which is Saturday or the Sunday. I will get it edited as quickly as I can, but this is basically the farm that I've built. So hope you have all enjoyed it, guys. Hope you can take inspiration from it, and we will catch you on the very next episode of something that I do bring out.